Hello and welcome to the Georgian College Athletic Center in Barrie, Ontario. We've got the second of tonight's doubleheader of OCAA Volleyball featuring the Georgian Grizzlies hosting the Loyalist Lancers. Men's game features a 2-0 Grizzlies hosting the 0-1 Lancers. Grizzlies have a rich volleyball history, and this year looks to be no different, and Georgian is off to a strong start to the season as they have yet to lose a set through 2 games. I'm Sean McAvoy. I'll be live on the call for tonight's game. Women's Grizzly team had a 3-0 win earlier, also against the Loyalist Lancers. As the two teams take the floor, your starters for the Lancers: number 1, Jeremy Dreiger; Matt Bridgeland, number 4; number 5, Adam Loosemore; number 8, Alex Cox; number 10, Josh Roberts; number 11, Caleb Sagan; and number 15, Stephen Humphrey. Mike Fours will start for the Grizzlies serving. And we're underway. Lancers get on the board first. Number 5, Adam Loosemore with the kill over the net. Lancers lead 1-0. Number 10, Josh Roberts to serve here for Loyalist. Roberts over the net. Liam Gray gets up. Sagan getting back-to-back points now for the Lancers. And Roberts will go back to the service line for the second time in a row. Roberts finding the net. Grizzlies get their first point. Starting for the Grizzlies, number 1, Liam Gray, who's about to serve. Number 6, Jordy Romero. Number 8, Eric Perot. Number 11, Michael Forrest. Number 12, Darian Haynes. And number 13, Bowen Mitten. Gray's serve finds the net. Loyalist gets the ball back, up 3-1. Number 5, Adam Loosemore served there. Haynes gets it over the net. And number 8, Alex Cox there, just not able to keep it in bounds. The out-of-bounds side of the pole there, and it sets Eric Perot up at the service line for the Grizzlies, down 3-2. And his serve goes out of bounds. So far, Grizzlies not finding much success at the service line. 2 attempts, and they've given the ball back both times. And now number 11, Caleb Sagan with the serve. Thorpe, Gray, Romero, out of bounds. Loyalists off to the start they were looking for. They're up 5-2 with Sagan back at the line to serve. Pro to Gray to Haynes. Nice point there. Stephen Humphrey wasn't able to get to the ball. Mike Fours now into the game as Darian Haynes serves. That's Sagan, Dreiger. Cox is hit, earns a point for the Lancers there, off a couple of Grizzlies and out of bounds. As Sam Thorpe returns to the game now for the Grizzlies. Alex Cox serves. Off the net and in play. Lancers get their 7th point of the game. It'll be Cox to serve. Cox serve goes out of bounds, and the Grizzlies have the ball again, hoping for a little bit more success at the serve line. Jordy Romero hoping to get things back on track as Darian Haynes returns to the game for the Grizzlies. It's Sagan to Dreiger to Roberts, who tips it over. Romero, Gray, Haynes. Well returned by Humphreys. Dreiger now sets up Roberts. Went off of the shoulder of Fours. Mitten now putting it over. and inbounds. Found the line. Jordy Romero to serve. Dreiger to Roberts. Fours got up. Gray will play it over. Too much on it, goes out of bounds. Lancers get the point. Now number 4, Matt Bridgeland to serve. A lot of energy here at the Georgian College Athletics Center. A lot of fans here making noise, and you can hear it, and you will hear it as Matt Bridgeland serves. Bridgeland serve sails out of bounds. Grizzlies point. Mitten will serve. Roberts off the hands of Thorup. Who set up Mitten, who plays it over the net. Now Dreiger to Sagan, played by Thorup. Mitten will put it to Pro. Pro plays it over. Roberts hits it. Good dig by Thorup. Gray now sets up Romero, plays it over. It's returned by Cox to Dreiger, to Sagan. Romero's all over it. Played at the net there by the Lancers. Sets up Mitten for a big strike. Grizzlies will get the point as a call is made against the Loyalist Lancers. Thorup to Gray, to Romero. Big strike, gets the point for the Grizzlies. Georgian now starting to find their groove. They've knotted this thing up 8-8 midway through the first set. Still Bowen Mitten out of Hallett Cove, Australia at the serve line. Big block of the net by Eric Pro. Sends the Lancers scrambling and unable to get it back over the net there was Josh Roberts. He puts it in the net. Sends Bowen Mitten back to the serve line. Georgia on a bit of a roll now, taking their first lead of the game, 9-8. Dreiger. Cox. Puts it inbounds. Point awarded to the Lancers. Jeremy Dreiger will serve. And into the net, Grizzlies get the point. Serve is up. Dreiger to Sagan. Big block of the net by Haynes. Mitten held off going for that one as it sailed over his head and out of bounds. Bowen Mitten out to a strong start, and a shout out to his parents following along in Australia. Serve by Mike Forrest just out of bounds. Gives the ball back to the Loyalist Lancers. Now it is Josh Roberts at the serve line for the Loyalist. Ball is up. Mitten to Romero. Dreiger, Sagan fires it wide, out of bounds. Point, Georgian. Loyalists forced to call their first time out of the game as they trail by 2 points, 12-10 midway through the first set. Stay tuned with everything going on within the Georgian College Athletics Center. Visit GeorgianGrizzlies.ca. Follow the Georgian Grizzlies on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Any events, any breaking news will be provided on all of those social platforms and, of course, our website, www.georgiangrizzlies.ca. Varsity basketball teams back in action tomorrow afternoon. The women tip off at 4 p.m., men at 6 p.m. Both teams hosting the Loyalist Lancers right here at the Georgian College Athletics Center. Get your tickets ahead of time or enter $5 at the door. So after Loyalist takes a moment to talk things over, it'll be Liam Gray getting action underway at the serve line here. We're back. Serve, a great serve there by Liam Gray, mishandled by Josh Roberts, sails out of bounds. Grizzlies extend their lead to 3. Liam Gray, a serving specialist, puts a lot of spin on that ball. Very tough to handle for any defenders. He'll look to do it again. His second serve on the way. It's over. Dreiger to Roberts. Roberts plays it over. Mitten to Gray to Haynes. That's loose more to Cox, and Cox gets blocked at the net there by Darian Haynes. Strong play. Haynes and Romero at the net. Another point for the Grizzlies. They've got their largest lead of the night, 4 points. Liam Gray to serve again. This one finds the net and his luck runs out as Loyalist gets a point back and will take over possession at the service line. It'll be number 5, Adam Loosemore, back to serve. Eric Pro, the well-struck ball, mishandled there by Jeremy Dreiger. Pro puts himself to the service line with a 4-point lead. Dreiger, Sagan, Roberts, played by Cox. Romero to Gray to Haynes. Nice play at the net, finds the open floor. Stephen Humphrey wasn't able to get there. And the new Georgian Grizzly, Eric Pro, will go back-to-back serves, a transfer from Fleming College last year. His serve mishandled. Point awarded to the Grizzlies. Now going on a run. They're up 17-11. Big ace there by Eric Pro. He could sure hit the ball. And he's back at the service line with a 7-point lead. Sagan mishandles that serve, sailing out of bounds. The Georgian run continues. And that'll force 8th-year head coach Chris Jenkins of the Loyalist Lancers to take his second timeout of the set. Lancers take the timeout to regroup and hopefully put a little bit of ice on Eric Pro, who's on a run now at the service line. well returned. Lancers now scrambling. They keep it in play. Roberts plays it over. Gray sets it to Mitten. Mitten blocked, not blocked at the net. Sagan was there, but falling on the Lancer side. Roberts, Dreiger to Cox, blocked by Romero. Dreiger will try again, setting up to Sagan. Gray keeping that one alive. Thorup now setting to Romero, unable to get there. And Cox hits the net. Hits the out of bounds post, trying to get that one over. Play ends up dead. Grizzlies get another point. They've got a 10-point lead, looking to close out the first set. Number 12, Trevor Fortier, will come in now for number 8, Alex Cox. Eric Bro still at the serve line. Serves up. Roberts, Dreiger. Number 4, Matt Bridgeland playing it over, getting his team back on the board. Sending Caleb Sagan to serve. Sagan plays it right to Thorup. Gray setting pro. Humphrey digging for that one. Now Roberts with the hit. Well defended by Georgian. Haynes just missing getting all on that one. It falls out of bounds. Sagan remains on the service line. 8-point lead for the Grizzlies. Thorup, Gray, Mitten. Blocked, but falling out of bounds. Grizzlies get the point. They're 3 points away from yet another set win on their season, the 7th in a row. They're hoping to make it. Great strike there by Fortier. Mitten getting it over off the hands of Matt Bridgeland, falling inbounds. Point Georgian. Haynes serving. Darian Haynes finds the net. Gives the serve back to the Loyalist Lancers. Now number 12, Trevor Fortier, will try and do something. Pro, Gray, Romero. Good dig by Humphreys. Gray now to Pro. Hard to defend a ball like that flying at you. Eric Pro putting a lot of heat on that one, setting up Jordy Romero for set point at the service line. Romero's serve flies long and out of bounds. Matt Bridgeland to serve, trying to keep this set alive, down 9. Unable to do so, his serve goes out of bounds. Grizzlies win the first set 25-16 and remain perfect on the season. A shaky few first points for the Georgian Grizzlies, but they got right back on track and remain perfect on the year. That's 7 straight sets in a row, no sets lost. They'll hope to keep that going and get to 9 tonight. That's the Georgian Grizzlies men's rugby team you've been hearing a lot from throughout the first set, making a lot of noise from the crowd. They're having a tremendous season themselves. They'll be playing in semifinal match coming up soon in the upcoming weeks here at Georgian College. Stay tuned to GeorgianGrizzlies.ca for the date and time of that game. It'll be out at J.C. Massey Field here at the Barrie campus of Georgian College. Number 3, Cameron Calhoun, gonna see the floor for the first time tonight on the Georgian Grizzlies side. For the Lancers, they'll keep their same 6 starters on and start with the ball. It'll be number 1, Jeremy Dreiger, preparing to serve, get the second set underway. Pro to Gray, back to Pro. Well hit, but out of bounds, off the tip. The officials will talk it over. We saw different things at 2 sides. I do believe that it's going to come off the block, out of bounds, and be a Grizzly point. However, it was called a Lancer point. So they will correct that. Georgian starts out the second set up. Fourth-year coach Reed Saxby disputed that call immediately, and it worked to his favor as now Liam Gray to the service line, hoping to extend the Georgian lead here early in the second set. Ball's up. Dreiger setting up Sagan. Romero, Gray to Pro. Pro off the fingertips of Roberts. Sagan will desperately try and get that one inbounds. It sails far wide out of bounds. Point for Georgian. Liam Gray remains on the service line. Gray's serve gets the point, went off the hands of Matt Bridgeland and fell to the floor. Grizzlies have a 3-0 lead here in the second set. Serves up. Bridgeland, Dreiger with a tip. Awarded to the Grizzlies. I believe his foot went over the line. Grizzlies getting a much better start to this set, opposed to the first set where they fell behind early. Gray serves, and it finds the floor inbounds. That's an ace for Liam Gray. Gray serve, another ace, finding that back left corner, much to the dislike of head coach Chris Jenkins, who will be forced to take his 3rd time out of the game, first of the second set, as the Lancers fall behind early, 6-0. Returning to the floor for the Grizzlies, Haynes, Calhoun, Pro, Thorup, Romero with Gray to serve. Another ace for Liam Gray. He's on fire at that serve line. Not looking to give up the ball anytime soon. We'll see what kind of run he can go on here. Serves up. Grazes the net, goes over. Dreiger playing it to Roberts. It's handled by Gray. Thorup now setting to Calhoun. Calhoun plays it over. And a little too eager there was number 5, Adam Loosemore. Got up for that ball, got good contact on it, but it sails out of bounds. Liam Gray remains at the line. Powerful serve cannot be handled by Matt Bridgeland. he's going to head off as Stephen Humphrey takes the floor at that libero position. Lancers hoping to put a stop to this Liam Gray run here. Another one off the hands of a Lancers player. That time Alex Cox unable to handle it. Grizzlies out to a hot 10-0 lead here in the second set. They'll call for some substitutions from the Lancers. Alex Cox will head to the bench as number 10, Josh Roberts, checks in. Sorry, that was number 12, Trevor Fortier, coming into the game. Liam Gray to serve. And this serve seems to be just too much to handle for this Lancers defense. Yet another point earned off of Liam Gray's serve. He's on a heck of a run, up 11-0, looking to add on. Again. Liam Gray has found a rhythm here. Fourth timeout called by Loyalist, second of the second set. Struggling to find an answer for this Liam Gray serve here. Liam Gray, of course, an OCAA All-Star. Be sure to come on out to the Georgian College Athletic Center tomorrow afternoon. Varsity basketball teams will take the court against the Loyalist Lancers. Women's play at 4 p.m. The men to follow at 6 p.m. Will be yet another great night here at Georgian College. We'll be live streaming them, of course, tomorrow as well. So if you're unable to make it to the campus, follow along online. Liam Gray will go back to serve again. We'll see if the timeout affects him. Head coach Chris Jenkins hoping to ice Liam Gray here is on a heck of a run. Ball is up and over. Humphrey can't handle that one. It sails out of bounds. Another point for the Grizzlies. They're up 13-0 here in the second set. Serves up. Finding the back left corner yet again, another ace for Liam Gray. That's 10 in a row for Liam Gray. This time handled by the Lancers. Roberts. And the run comes to an end. Lancers get their first point of the set, but quite a run. 10 in a row for Liam Gray at the serve line. Gives his Grizzlies team a commanding lead midway through the second set. Roberts now to serve. Pro. Gray. Back to Pro. Big point for the Grizzlies. Pro sending himself to the serve line again. Up 15-1. This time Pro not able to get it over the net. Lancers get an easy point. Now number 5, Adam Loosemore out of Trenton, Ontario. Looking to get some momentum going for his Loyalist team. Romero handles the serve to Gray, back to Romero, who spikes it and gets the point. Grizzlies responding well to any point scored by Loyalists. Now Mitch Armstrong enters the game for Sam Thorup as Darian Haynes serves. Roberts, Dreiger, Sagan gets it over. Gray sets up Armstrong. Roberts now setting it to Sagan. Haynes pops it up in the air. Gray bumps it to Calhoun. Calhoun plays it over. over and out of bounds. A good attempt by Cameron Calhoun, but just a little too much. It goes out of bounds, and now Sagan to serve. Finding the back right corner. Excellent serve there by Caleb Sagan. Lancers now stringing a couple points together. Romero pops it up for Thorup, who's back in the game now. Romero will play it over. Bridgeland plays it. Romero gets a hand on it. Calhoun unable to play at the net. Loyalists now stringing together some points for themselves. They're down 11. Romero to Gray to Calhoun. Blocked at the net there. Fortier with the block. Well hit by the Lancers. Went off the arms of Sam Thorup, out of bounds. Sagan remains at the serve line. Down 10. Ball's up. Pro. Gray. Armstrong. Blocked at the net there. Great block by Matt Bridgeland. Momentum building here for the Lancers. Keep an eye on head coach of the Grizzlies, Reed Saxby, maybe calling a timeout if a couple more points come. Thorup plays it. Gray. Calhoun. Sagan puts it in the air for Dreiger. Back to Roberts. Roberts hits it out of bounds. Grizzlies get the ball back. Another point. They're back up 10. Cam Calhoun preparing to serve. Roberts. Fortier back to Roberts. Pro. Gray. Armstrong. Point. Georgian. That looked routine from the Georgian Grizzlies side. Tic-tac-toe, point Grizzlies. Calhoun to serve. Dreiger setting up Sagan. Big block. A trio of Gray, Armstrong, and Romero forming a wall at the net. Earns the point for the Grizzlies. Calhoun remains at the service line. Sagan to Dreiger. Roberts tries to get the tip over, but not enough on it. Another point awarded to the Grizzlies. Calhoun remains at the service line. He's on a bit of a run himself, thanks to some strong defense on his Grizzly side. Dreiger sets it. Not high enough, a little bit off the mark, and Trevor Fortier couldn't get it over the net. 21-7 lead here. Calhoun to serve. Roberts plays it over. Pro to Gray to Armstrong. Roberts now plays it over. Calhoun digs. Romero sets up a Pro. Big hit off the arms of Sagan, out of bounds. Point awarded to the Grizzlies. Calhoun to serve again. Roberts. Bridgeland gets it over the net. Gray, Sagan, Dreiger. Well played by Fortier. It's responded by Pro, who's puts it to Gray, over to Romero. Romero right at Humphreys. It'll stay in bounds. Roberts keeps it in play, and Bridgeland plays it over the net. Pro setting to Gray, who sets to Romero. Just a little too low for him, and he plays it into the net. Point for Loyalist. It's a 14-point lead here for the Grizzlies. For serve. Romero plays it over. Big block by Bridgeland, earning the point for the Lancers. And that'll force Reed Saxby to call a timeout on the Grizzly side. This time we'd like to say a big thank you to all of the volunteers and staff members here at the Georgian College Athletic Center. A lot of work goes into putting on a game day and couldn't be done without the help from people like Ron Howden, the athletic facility coordinator, Jeff Harris, intercollegiate coordinator, Chris White, the sports information and marketing officer, and thank you to Michelle McConaughey, the manager of athletics. All familiar faces on Grizzlies game day. All put a lot of work into what goes on here in the Georgian Athletic Center, so big thank you to them. And we're all looking forward to what have been great seasons and the great seasons to come for Georgian varsity athletics. Coming out of the Georgian Grizzly timeout, two teams take back to the floor. The Lancers have the ball, and Trevor Fortier will serve. Fortier. Gray tries to catch the Lancers sleeping, can't do so. Ends in Dreiger striking the ball out of bounds. Point awarded to the Grizzlies. Jordy Romero now to the service line. 2 points to go to win the second set. Smashed by Eric Pro. That ball popped up right to the net. Eric Pro was all over it. Gets the point for Georgian, and now Jordy Romero is at the service line for a set point. And he'll earn it off the hands of Caleb Sagan. Grizzlies take a 2-0 lead. They win the second set 25-9. Grizzlies really dominated that set there. That's 8 straight set wins for the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are back in action next weekend. Friday, November 2nd, they're at Algonquin. Next day, Saturday, November 3rd, they're at La Cita. Of course, they're not looking forward to those 2 games yet. They've still got some work to do here tonight. They'll hope to get their 9th straight set win and lock up this game here against the Loyalist Lancers. Following tonight's game, Georgian, of course, has those 2 road games, but back here at Georgian College Athletic Center on November 14th. That's a Wednesday. They'll host Durham. .45 locally here, 8:45 Eastern time. 2 sets played in 45 minutes. Pretty quick pace considering how the other games often go. This one going by pretty quickly. Large part to the dominating second set win the Grizzlies have, of course, 25-9. 10 straight points by Liam Gray. The two teams return to the floor, getting prepared for third set action. Grizzlies lead 2-0. Mitch Armstrong will serve for the Grizzlies to get things going here in the third set. Armstrong's serve is up, and we're underway here in the third set. Dreiger to Sagan. Pro off the hands of Fortier, out of bounds. 1-0 early in the third set for the Georgian Grizzlies. It'll put Armstrong back at the service line. Serves up. Cox to Dreiger. To Sagan, but a double touch gets called on the Lancers. Grizzlies go up 2-0. Armstrong serves. That's Cox to Dreiger. Out of bounds off the arm of Adam Loosemore. Grizzlies up 3-0 in the third set. Armstrong serves off the hands of Cox, out of bounds. Another point for the Grizzlies. Armstrong serve is up. Roberts, Dreiger, back to Roberts, playing it into the net. Point Grizzlies. Lancers have had flashes of greatness tonight, but really unable to string many points together, and Georgian has dominated for the most part as Armstrong serves. Fortier to Roberts to Loosemore, and another point is awarded to the Grizzlies. Ref makes a call, and head coach Chris Jenkins of the Loyalist Lancers calls his 5th timeout of the night, first of the third set. Looking to get things under control as the Grizzlies take an early 6-0 lead in the third set. On the floor for the Grizzlies, 4 Pro, Romero, Gray, Mitten, and Armstrong serving. Off the hands of Cox and out of bounds. Point Georgian. Off the arms of Trevor Fortier. Falls to the floor. Grizzly get another point. Armstrong will serve, looking to go up 9-0. Dreiger, Sagan unable to keep it in bounds. Loyalists not able to get much momentum here in the third set. They trail 9-0 as Armstrong serves. Bridgeland, Roberts, well played by Romero, pops it high up in the air. Gray now playing it to the net where Pro is there to tip it over. It's returned by Dreiger, put over by Sagan. Point goes to the Lancers, their first of the third set. They're down 8. Josh Roberts will serve here for the Lancers. Kenny Tran in the game now. Pro blocked at the net. Pro gets a second attempt. Diving save by Roberts. Dreiger now to Fortier. Plays it. It was tipped by Fours at the net and hits the floor. Point for the Lancers. Roberts with the serve. Romero, Gray, Pro, point Georgian. Gray now back at the line. He went on quite a run last time in the service line. We'll see if he can do it again, up 8. And he does get an ace. He's having quite a game here. Gray to serve. This one finds the net. It's number 5, Adam Loosemore at serving for the Lancers, but finding the net, unable to get enough on that one. Point for the Grizzlies. Eric Pro to serve. And this one goes out of bounds. Caleb Sagan. Tran plays it to Gray, to Romero. Blocked by number 12, Trevor Fortier, but he blocks it and gets tipped out of bounds. Point awarded to the Grizzlies. Mike Fours with the serve. Fortier. Cox plays it over to Roberts. Perot handles that. Gray puts it over to Mitch Armstrong, who finds the gap in the Lancer defense. Point for the Grizzlies. They find themselves up 11 here, midway through the third set. Mike Fours to serve again. Grazes the net. Roberts handles it. Fortier plays it over. Gray pops it in the air to Perot. Romero plays it over. Cox to Dreiger. To Bridgemore. Gray tipped over by Armstrong. Fortier. Fours puts it to Gray. Over to Mitten. Mitten's tip goes out of bounds. Point for the Lancers. Trevor Fortier will now serve for Loyalist. Perot, Gray, Mitten, point Georgian. And when the Grizzlies can receive that serve well, it almost looks like it's routine transitioning to their attack. They get the point. They have an 11-point lead as Jordy Romero will serve. Cox, Dreiger. Well played there by Jeremy Dreiger to find the open space, get the point for the Lancers. Matt Bridgeland serving. Perot puts it back over the net. Dreiger to Fortier. Romero puts it in the air for Gray, who sets up Mitten. Mitten off the hands of Loosemore. So with a nice play at the net, gets the point for the Lancers. Bridgeland to serve again. This time into the net. Grizzlies will get the ball back. Up 10. Bowen Mitten prepares to serve. Roberts to Dreiger, to Loosemore. Gray will return over to Perot. Mishandled there by Trevor Fortier. Point Grizzlies, they're up 11, looking to close this one out. Mitten serves, unable to get all of that one. It goes into the net. Point is awarded to the Lancers, and now Jeremy Dreiger will take to the service line, hoping to get his team on track. They'll push to get a set win here against the undefeated Georgian Grizzlies. Miscommunication on the Georgian side. That one falls inbounds. Point to Loyalists. They've got back-to-back points now, down 9. Tran to Gray. Miss hit by Armstrong. Grizzlies keeping it alive. Sagan gets blocked at the net, and what a point there for the Grizzlies. They scrambled to keep that one alive off the net. Liam Gray had a kick, put it up in the air, got it to the Loyalist side, and then got a block. Roberts plays it, Romero to Gray. Mitch Armstrong plays it over. Loosemore to Dreiger, to Sagan. Mitten handles it to Armstrong, over to Perot, and it falls to the floor. Another point awarded to the Grizzlies. Tonight has been an OCAA record-setting night as Liam Gray has 18 aces in the game. The prior record was 12 aces, so what a game for Liam Gray. He'll put this one in the history books. Now seeing the floor for the first time, Tolu Bankel with the serve. Didn't get all of that one. It fires out of bounds. Bankel will stay in the game and make up for that misfire. Josh Roberts serving for the Lancers. Down 10. Mitten. Gray. To Perot. Point Georgian. Liam Gray now looking to add to his OCAA record, 18 aces. And he will. He'll build on his record. He's got 19. It's going to make it very tough for this record to ever be broken. Gray. Another ace. Make it 20 for Liam Gray. He's found his stroke, gotten in rhythm, and made the Lancers pay here at the service line. He's got 20 aces, looking to make it 21. Unable to do so, he'll hit the net. Point for the Lancers. Nathan Whitlock now checks into the game for the Lancers, and he will serve. Bankel to Fours. Almost blocked the net, but falls on the Lancers side. Now gives Eric Perot the ball. Georgian will serve. This is match point here. Eric Perot to remain undefeated. And they will. 9 straight set wins for the Georgian Grizzlies. A sweep here at home. The Grizzlies move to 3-0 with a big, dominating win here over the Loyalist Lancers. Star of the game, Liam Gray.
With 20 aces today, Liam Gray has set the all-time single-game record for aces with 20, breaking the previous record of 12. Congratulations, Liam.
The crowd and everyone here at the Georgian Athletics celebrates as it announced Liam Gray has set the OCAA single-game record most aces in a game at 20. Very well done by Liam Gray. Men's and women's varsity basketball back in action tomorrow afternoon. Women will tip off at 4 o'clock, men at 6 o'clock. Volleyball teams now head onto the road. They'll play next Friday at Algonquin.
Next Saturday, the Georgian Grizzlies men's rugby team will play the OCAA semifinals right here at JC.
Next Saturday, JC Massey Field, Georgian men's rugby team playing in the semifinals of the OCAA championships. They've had a very good season. They'll hope to build on that, go to the finals. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Sean McAvoy. We'll see you tomorrow for basketball action here at Georgian College Athletic Center. Have yourselves a great night.